but they go crazy with him.
Guy number one, shooter, Japanese kid. He won't come back from the pass. Like he's in the woods. Like he's like, yeah, he won't come back until he gets it. Different culture over there in Japan. You don't come back until you get it. Full scholarship for BC. It's a basic. He really is. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's mild. Yeah. What's the first name again? Dick. Yes. All right. Enjoy, guys. Thanks. Have fun. Here we go. Let me know about balls if you get shorter. Sometimes before we get to how do you do otherwise? Not a lot of enjoy. You're not out there with a freaking protractor and an eight.
From Baker Baseball Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass., this is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Today, it's the Winchendon Wapiti with a record of 2-0, visiting the Lawrence Academy Spartans with a record of 2-1. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story as the Spartans come off a 7-0 victory against the previously unbeaten St. Mark's Lions in Wednesday's game, in which Max Meyer threw a no-hitter with the most anticlimactic celebration of all time, and resulting in me butchering the call because of it. But Max Meyer and one of his best friends, Nate Espelin, are going to be the subject of a nice piece in the New England Baseball Journal this week, and they will be facing off with Nate Espelin, a Dayton commit, and a future Lexington Blue Sox. For those of you who watch Blue Sox baseball on LSP, you'll see him in a Blue Sox uniform this summer. He's on the mound for the Wapiti in this non-league matchup. So here's the starting lineup. It'll be first for the Winchendon Wapiti in the gray jerseys with green sleeves and green letters and numbers. Jackson Bright is going to lead it off in center field, followed by the pitcher Nate Espelin. Phil Bernstein is at second. RJ Saffron is at third. Mike Gorham is at first. Max Walker is behind the plate. Nate Nickerson is at short. Will Fosberg is in left. And Kelly Butts rounds out the lineup in right field. It was blowing. It's whirlwind. It's blowing in all different directions here to start the game. We've also got some spits of rain, so hopefully we can get this game in. We'll give you the Lawrence Academy lineup before they come to bat, but first here is Jackson Bright to take the first pitch from Connor Casivio, the left-hander, and the first pitch is fired for a ball at 4:25 p.m. We're underway. Casivio working exclusively from the stretch, and this is laced into left center field, and that will get down for a base hit. So a 1-0 single to lead off the ball game for Jackson Bright. And here is the pitcher, Nate Espelin. Winchendon in their last game, 16-1 victory over St. Thomas More. And that is up and away for ball one to Espelin. This is laced down the right field, laced into right field. It's not down the right field line. Oh, and it bounces off the glove of the right fielder. Manuel being waved around third is Bright. Espelin is on his way to third with a stand-up triple, and the run scores. And Winchendon is on the board first. Well, when you have this gusting, swirling wind, that's going to create problems for the defense. And that ball just took off on the right fielder, Nick Manuel. And it is 1-0 Winchendon. So Espelin, a commit to Dayton as a pitcher, has a RBI triple. And now ball one to Phil Bernstein. So a ringing ringing single and a wind-aided triple to begin the ball game. That bounces, but thankfully, thanks to the short backstop, no advance by Espelin, and it is 2-0 to the second baseman Bernstein. That misses ball three. Casivio in a little bit of a jam here with the base open. You can give him ball four, and then you can set up the double play and trade the run for 2 outs, but he'll pour in a strike here to get back in the count at 3-1. 1-0 our score. Winchendon on the board first after an RBI triple by Nate Espelin. That catches the outside corner. Bernstein took a couple steps towards first and then got the bad news. Full count to Bernstein, with the third baseman R.J. Saffron, the cleanup hitter, on deck. The payoff pitch. This is grounded to the right side. This will get the run in as it's fielded by Broderick onto McLaughlin at first for the out. The run scores, the bases are empty, and it is 2-0 on the RBI ground out by Bernstein. That's the bare minimum you want to do in that situation, get the ball to the right side. So here is R.J. Saffron, who takes a curveball that drops in there for strike one. 2-0 our score, 1 out, bases empty. Saffron, the third baseman. The wind is swirling, but right now it's blowing out to center field. I can feel it against my back as this is laced deep into right field, and this will be caught on the run, this time held on to by Manuel for out number 2. So the big cleanup hitter, Saffron, gave it a good ride, but Manuel was able to track that one down, and there are 2 down for the first baseman, Mike Gorham. Casivio comes set, and the first pitch to Gorham is a fastball up and away for ball one. Looked like a cutter there. Outfield swung pretty far towards right, so a lot of room down the left field line if Gorham can go the other way. He will take strike one on the outside corner at the knees, evens the count at 1. You know, setting up for these broadcasts is kind of difficult when it's gusting what feels like 50 miles an hour in every direction. As this is popped up, I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, as camping under this is the center fielder Jordan Keonikson for the out that retires the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. After half an inning, it is Winchendon 2, LA coming up. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. So as promised, here's the starting lineup for the Lawrence Academy Spartans in the red jerseys with the navy blue numbers and letters. Tim Laportio leading it off in left field, followed by James Broderick at second. Max Meyer is the DH. Jordan Kionickson is in center. Ben Croteau is at third. Evan Burke is behind the plate. Jared Lucido is at short. Jack McLaughlin is at first. And Nick Manuel rounds out the lineup in right field. And we'll face the left-hander Nate Esplin, who pitched for the Watertown Reds of the Interstate League and pitched briefly in the Interstate League Championship Series against the Lexington Blue Sox. Pitched for the Reds towards the end of the 2018 campaign, and as I mentioned, will be part of the Lexington Blue Sox roster this summer. He heads off to Dayton. Winchendon at 2-0 on the season and looking to make it 3-0, and they're off to a good start with a 2-0 lead before their starter Esplin even throws a pitch. Even got one of those. He's been responsible for both runs as well. Drove one in and scored one. Helping his own cause before he throws a pitch. So here is Tim Laportio, the speedy left fielder, to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. Laportio was 1 for 3 with a walk, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored Wednesday against St. Mark's. The first pitch from Esplin with the full windup is a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. Laportio, Broderick, and Meyer, the first three in the order here for the Spartans. Cloudy and in the mid-70s today, at least it's warm for once, as this is a nice bunt down the first base line, and unable to field it cleanly is the catcher Walker, and that'll be a bunt single for Laportio. Walker fanned on the pickup, but I think that would have been a reach anyway for Laportio. Now let's see what kind of havoc he can wreak on the bases. Leadoff man at first for the Spartans, and here is James Broderick, the second baseman. Broderick, as I mentioned, coming back from Tommy John surgery, back on the field as he chops this one foul at the dish for strike one. Got his first game action since Tommy John surgery. Wednesday afternoon. Went 1 for 3 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Laportio inching off of first. And the throw over to first, and the urgency of Laportio's dive back to the bag not matched by Esplin's toss. Esplin comes set. And the 0-1 runner does not go, and it's chopped to the right side. May only be able to get one. There's the second baseman Bernstein onto Gorham at first for the out. Productive out as it moves the runner into scoring position with one down. So here is Max Meyer. 1 for 3 with an RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored yesterday, in addition to, throwing his second career no-hitter. Pitch is up and away for ball one. Best of friends, Meyer and Esplin, but here they are facing off with a runner in scoring position and one out in the bottom of the first. That's a strike, 1-1. Outfield playing straight away here for Meyer, and Meyer asks for time and gets it. Porcio at second. Count even at 1 out. The pitch. Tied him up inside, although Walker wanted to take the ball outside, but it worked out with the two-seamer. And it's 1-2. Hear the wind howling even through the windscreen on my microphone. Esplin comes set, looks at second and comes home with it. Breaking ball too high, 2-2. Walker tried to bring it into the zone to frame it. Umpire not buying it. A little bit of sun peeking out down the third base line. It's been a cloudy day, much of the day. Had a little bit of rain shower, very brief this morning. This is fouled off and it'll remain 2-2. We're expecting more rain, however, tomorrow, and that may impact tomorrow's scheduled broadcast, which would be Lawrence Academy and Governor's softball. Last Saturday, the LA baseball game here was rained out, but the softball game wasn't. I thought if there was going to be a rain out of only one of those games, it would have been the softball game because of the way that field is down there on the other side of campus. But that's a swing and a miss. 4-strike 3, and Meyer is retired. And that'll bring up Jordan Keonixson, the West Point commit, and the center fielder to try and bring home this run with 2 outs. Nice curveball on the outside corner for strike 1. Infield playing back, outfield playing straight away. And now the sun is bright. Could use it. The 0-1. Blew him away with a fastball, 0-2. Let's see, two-seamer curveball, it looks like, thus far for Esplin. Got a good swing and miss, tied up Meyer on a two-seamer for strike 2 of his at-bat. And that tailed away from Keonixson on that last pitch. Let's see what he's got here. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Fastball outside, 1-2. Not a healthy smack of the mitt there, though. You know, Esplin's got the velocity. Laportio still at second, 1-2 the count, 2 out. And the pitch. Curveball grounded to the right side, fielded by Bernstein. On to Gorham for the out that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 1 complete, it is still Winchendon 2, LA nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Winchendon trying to extend their win streak to 3-0 to begin the season. Lawrence Academy looking to extend their winning streak to 2. After knocking off previously unbeaten St. Mark's yesterday on that no-hitter by Max Meyer. They find themselves trailing after one complete, 2-0. Here's Max Walker to lead off the top of the second. And Walker takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Curveball drops in there for strike 2, 0-2 to Walker. Try to get him fishing in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Curveball drifts outside, and it's 2-2. I don't think you folks at home appreciate just how windy it is out here, even with the wind blowing through the windscreen, and thank God for windscreens. Here's a backhanded pick at short, and it will not result in a throw, as beating out an infield single is Walker. Lucido is hit too slowly and too deep in the hole. Here's Nate Nickerson, the shortstop, and he takes outside ball 1. First baseman McLaughlin will take this pickoff throw, and back safely standing is Walker. Up and away, 2-0. And here we have Casivio falling behind another hitter. It's ahead of Walker, 0-2. Walker got to 2-2 before that infield single. And now he's behind the number 7 hitter, Nickerson, 3-0. Fastball, two-seamer, catches the outside corner, 3-1. Walker pretty much anchored to the bag at first. He hasn't threatened to run. And that's ball 4. And the first 2 batters have reached here in the top of the second. First and second, nobody out. That'll bring up the left fielder, Will Fosberg. And Fosberg is going to call for time. Big at bat here, could break it open. If he can get one deep in the gap. Break it open already in the second. 2-0 Winchendon and 2 runners on here in the top of the second. That's a beautiful two-seamer. Started outside, brought back over the plate. 0-1 to Fosburg. So both these pitchers really relying on a mix of the two-seamer and the curveball. Does that look more like a slider? It had a little more velocity than a... Oh, that was a two-seamer. Wow, that had a lot more break than your average two-seamer. That was insane, now that I think about it. Fastball in the dirt, 1-2. Walker at second, Nickerson at first. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here in the top of the second. Curveball misses down and away, 2-2. Excuse me swing, and it's fouled off. Casivio was ahead of Walker 0-2. Walker got to 2-2 and then singled. Fosburg was behind 0-2, has now gotten it to 2-2. Let's see what he can do here. Curveball slipped out of his hands, and it's 3-2. Number 9 hitter Kelly Butts is on deck. Gotta throw him a strike here, right? Runners go, the pitch is skied into center field, and in comes Keonixon to make the catch. He rifles it back into the infield, overthrows his shortstop and nearly takes the infield umpire's head off. One down. Now Casivio conceivably one pitch away from getting out of this if he can roll one over. Kelly Butts, the right fielder. Throw over to second. Safe. Both runners go. The pitch is a strike. Throw down to third is not in time. It's a double steal. Second and third, one out. That takes a double play out of the equation. And the 0-1 fouled off, 0-2. You're really going for a strikeout here if you're Casivio. Got to get on top of that curveball here. Casivio shook off a couple of signs from Burke. Curveball drops in there for strike three called. That's the first strikeout of the ball game for Casivio. And now second and third, but two out. And the lineup turns over for Jackson Bright, who singled to begin the ball game and then scored on Espelin's triple. And he fouls this one the other way for strike one. A single, a walk, and a double steal have runners at second and third with 2 out and an 0-1 count to the leadoff hitter Jackson Bright. Winchendon trying to pad their lead here. Base hit could bring home both runs and double their lead. And he grounds this one up the middle past the pitcher, picked up by the shortstop Lucido on to first, and a great escape job by Casivio to get out of the inning with no runs allowed. After 1.5, it is still the Winchendon Wapiti 1 and the LA Spartans nothing. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. NEPSAC Baseball on LSP is brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school? Log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. Two runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left for the Wapiti. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Spartans as we approach the bottom of the second with the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up: Ben Croteau, Evan Burke, and Jared Lucido. Croteau and Burke swapping positions in the field from Wednesday's game, with Burke now behind the plate and Croteau at third. So here is Ben Croteau to lead things off in the bottom of the second. Croteau was 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI single, and a run scored. That was Wednesday. Espelin winds and delivers and misses high with a fastball for ball 1. Fastball at the knees for strike 1 to even the count. Lefty against lefty matchup here. Espelin winds and delivers the 1-1. It's a beautiful curveball swung over the top by Croteau, and it is 1-2. Try to fastball up and away, and Croteau wouldn't bite it. It's 2-2. Swing and a miss tied him up inside with a fastball, and that is out number 1 at the bottom of the second. Second strikeout for Espelin, and that brings up the catcher, Evan Burke. Burke in Wednesday's game against St. Mark's was 2 for 2 with 2 singles, a walk, stolen base, 3 RBIs, and a run scored. It's up and away for ball 1. Fastball on the outside corner to even the count at 1. swing and a miss. Powered fastball right by him. Burke was late on that one, and it is 1-2. Outside with a fastball, 2-2. Infield back, outfield straight away here. Esplin shakes off a couple of signs. And time is called. Walker and Esplin get their bearings, the 2-2. Fastball upstairs, 3-2. Full count to Burke with Jared Lucido on deck. The payoff pitch. Down low for ball 4. Second base runner of the ball game for the Spartans. So Burke's reached base in 4 straight plate appearances. That'll bring up Jared Lucido, the shortstop. Wednesday against St. Mark's, he was 0 for 3. Looking to get off that schneid here, and he takes outside for ball 1. And time's going to be called as Walker is going to go out to have a word with Esplin. Esplin looking down to the third base coach's box at Chris Margraf. And the 1-0. That's outside, 2-0. Inching off of first is Burke. That sails high, bounces off the backstop. Walker fires down to second, and the throw is offline. It is a wild pitch, and that makes it 3-0. So for the second straight inning, the Spartans have a runner in scoring position with 1 away. Now can they capitalize? Cito's ahead in the count, 3-0. Number 8 hitter McLaughlin on deck. Could give him first and take your chances at a ground ball with the number 8 hitter. And he does give him ball 4. So first and second, 1 out, tying run at first, and that is going to bring Coach Toffee out to the mound for a conference with his pitcher and catcher. Looks like Esplin is pointing out something about how his right leg is coming down. And that's his drive leg, since he's the left-hander. Is he slipping a little bit? I haven't really noticed that much, but a 4-pitch walk issued to Lucido. Back-to-back walks, in fact. Now here's McLaughlin. Double play is in order, however. But that's up and in for ball 1. Yesterday, McLaughlin was 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. And a 2-seamer catches the outside corner. And Esplin is back in the count at 1-1. Runners not being held. First and second, 1-1 with 1 out, and Esplin spins back towards second to look the runner back. Espelin comes set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 1-2. Number 9 hitter Nick Manuel on deck. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Strikeout number 3 for Espelin. 2 down, runners stay at first and second. And that'll bring up Nick Manuel. Did not play yesterday. Big spot here for the number 9 hitter. See if he can capitalize. He swings and misses. The throw down to third on the double steal. It's bobbled, and now it goes into left field. Here comes the throw from left. It's cut off. And that's a heck of a way to get on the scoreboard. It is 2-1 on the double steal and the E5. Runner at second. It's a 1-0 count. And this is popped up into shallow center, and nearly a collision between the second baseman Bernstein and the center fielder Bright. But the catch is made, and that ends the inning. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. After 2 complete, it is Winchendon 2, LA 1. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring. LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Two to one our score as we go to the top of the third, past the half-hour mark in this ball game. Two runs, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left for Winchendon. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left for LA. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here for the Wapiti. Nate Espelin, Phil Bernstein, and RJ Saffron. Nate Espelin had an RBI triple and scored his first time up. Talking about pitchers who rake, how about pitchers who can leg? Legged out a triple there after the ball took off on the right fielder, Manuel. That bounces at the plate for ball 1 to Espelin. Certainly be an asset for the Blue Sox, not just as a pitcher, if he can keep up that performance at the plate. Casivio comes set, and that catches the inside corner for strike 1. See a little dust devil blowing up there in the infield. This is weighted on and fouled off to make the count 1-2 to the Winchendon pitcher Espelin. future Dayton Flyer. Of course, Dayton is where the first four is held every year in the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament. Oh, wow, curveball on the back foot for strike three. And that is the second strikeout. Both strikeouts have been called strike threes for Casivio. One down, and that brings up Phil Bernstein, the second baseman. Bernstein grounded out to second in a run-producing out, his first time up. Curveball misses high for ball one, despite the framing attempt of Burke. Lefty against lefty, and the 1-0. Two-seamer misses up and in, 2-0. And some good tailing action back in towards the left-handed hitting Bernstein, but you want that a little lower to jam him. Misses high, ball three. Hitters count here for Bernstein with the cleanup hitter Saffron on deck. Two-seamer catches the outside corner, 3-1. Low for ball four. Overthrew the fastball there. So here's a cleanup hitter. RJ Saffron flew out to right in an act of redemption for Manuel. His first time up in the first. And that misses down and in for ball one. So 5 of the last 6 pitches have been balls by Casivio after making quick work of Espelin. Just need some consistency out of your starter. Ball 2. Bernstein off of first, 1 out, 2-1 our score. Swing and a miss, the ball pops out of the mitt of Burke, but no advance by the runner. And it's 2-1. This is grounded to the left side, backhanded by the shortstop, Lucido, and the ball, it gets away from the first baseman, McLaughlin, and that'll score the run. Will it, or no? It'll be, no, frozen at third is Bernstein, my mistake. Lucido thought he could get Saffron at first. It's going to be an infield single and an E6. So second and third, 1 out for Mike Gorham. And Gorham takes up and away, ball 1. So Winchendon has 2 on in scoring position for the second straight inning. Infield in here. Second and third and less than 2 outs. This is popped up, and this will be caught with a basket catch by the catcher, Burke. Drifting over towards the Winchendon dugout. A big out there, and it's 2 down for the catcher, Max Walker. Walker singled and stole third in his last at bat. This is grounded on a hop to the second baseman. Broderick on to first, and another escape job by Connor Casivio. After 2.5, still Winchendon 2, LA 1. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. Two runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left for the Wapiti. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left for the Spartans. And the top third of the order will be due up for the Spartans here in the bottom of the third. Laporcio, Broderick, and Meyer. 2 runs in the first for the Wapiti on a single, a triple, and a ground out in the first 3 batters. LA scored their only run last inning, the bottom of the second, after an error on a double steal. Lone hit in the ball game was a leadoff single by Laporcio in the first. So here is Laporcio, again, the only hit thus far for the Spartans against Nate Espelin. And it's foul tipped into the mitt for strike 1. Fastball high for ball 1 to even the count. This is fouled off to make it 1-2. Outside of the fastball, 2-2. Espelin winds and delivers. Breaking ball misses outside, full count. On deck, James Broderick. High for ball 4, and Laporcio is aboard for the second time today. He's now reached base in 4 of his last 6 plate appearances. Take a .667 on base percentage. Runs inside for ball 1 to James Broderick, who grounded out to second his first time up in the first. It was a productive out that moved Laporcio into scoring position. Outside corner, 1-1. Wind seems to have calmed down a little bit here. Laportio off of first. And he'll dive back, as that was a shifty move there by Espelin. Pitch is high, runner goes. The throw down to second is airmailed. It's backed up, however, and that'll be a stolen base for Laportio. Two and one the count to Broderick, with the tying run now in scoring position for the Spartans. Just missed the outside corner, 3-1. Max Meyer on deck. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him, and that'll fill the count at 3-2. This is into center field. On his horse is Bright, and it gets down, rolls all the way to the fence. Around third and on his way home to score is Laportio. It's an RBI double for James Broderick, and we are tied at 2. So Broderick and Laportio trade places, and now the go-ahead run in scoring position for Max Meyer. And these two, Espelin and Meyer, the subject of a upcoming piece in the New England Baseball Journal, how basically grew up together. That's a strike on the outside corner, apparently. 0-1. This is a curveball laced into left center field for a base hit. Around third comes Broderick. Holding it first with the RBI single is Meyer, and the Spartans have their first lead of the ball game at 3-2. Boy, that curveball just hung up there long enough for Meyer to see it all the way and drive it the other way for a base hit. So that'll bring up Jordan Keonikson, who fouls off the first pitch for strike one, despite the best efforts of Butts to try and chase it down. Keonikson 0 for 1, I should say, not 0 for 2. 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. Still nobody out in the inning. That's high and away for ball one to even the count. Espelin comes set. Meyer takes off, the pitch is fouled off. 1-2. High and away, gets away from the catcher Walker, and he'll put the ball in his back pocket, as that's another wild pitch charged to Espelin. So another runner in scoring position, 2-2 the count to Keonikson. The pitch from Espelin, swing and a miss. High fastball for strike 3. And there's the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 4 for Espelin. That brings up Ben Croteau, struck out swinging his first time up in the second. It's fouled off for strike 1. First 3 batters reached in the inning. Walk by Laporcio, double by Broderick, single by Meyer. 2 runs home to give the Spartans their first lead of the ball game at 3-2. 1 out. Meyer at second. Croteau wanted to bunt at it, but he went too far, and it's 0-2. The 0-2. High with a fastball, 1-2. Almost like a pitch out there, as Walker was set up kind of standing up on the outside part of the plate, in case Meyer was thinking of anything. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Not getting Croteau to chase outside there. May have to try a 2-seamer in here. He's not going to go fishing outside. And it looked like maybe a curveball that slipped out of his hand early. 3-2. Evan Burke on deck as the wind begins to whip up a little more. Payoff pitch, fouled off. Full count, 1 out here in the top of the bottom of the third, I should say. Winchendon got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 thus far in the third for LA. Nate Espelin trying to limit the damage here. 3-2 pitch with 1 out to Ben Croteau. Here it is. This is grounded down the first base line and foul. So good battle being put on here by Croteau. Not giving a thing to Espelin. Fastball just missed the outside corner. And it is ball 4. And that epic battle ends with a walk for Croteau. Winchendon bench asking where that was, and apparently the home plate umpire said that was low. Thought that was going to be more outside than low, but did look good. And that'll bring up Evan Burke. Scored the first run of the game for the Spartans last inning, and he comes up empty at that one for strike 1. Both runners go. The pitch is high. Throw down to third. They got him. So Meyer is caught stealing 2-5. Two down, now a runner at second. One and one the count to Burke. High for ball two. These Spartans are not afraid to run. 4 stolen bases already. High and inside for strike 2. Wow. Looked like it was right up in front of Burke's grill, but instead it's 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the bottom of the third. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. Was there an error? No, there was no error. No errors and 1 left. And after 3 complete, it is the Spartans 3 and the Wapiti 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow afternoon when the Lawrence Academy Spartans host the Governor's Academy in NEPSAC softball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. So let's see what Connor Casivio can do given his first lead of the ball game, as he faces the bottom third of the order here in the top of the fourth. Nickerson, Fosberg, and Butts. Nickerson will lead things off. He walked and stole second back in the second. And that fastball is low for ball 1. 1-0 to Nickerson. Curveball on the outside corner, 1-1. Curveball grounded off the pitcher. He gets it, fires to first in time. Great recovery by Casivio. One down as the wind gusts up again, and here is Will Fosberg, who flew out to center for the first out of the second. And he checks his swing, but it's in there for strike 1 anyway. Casivio hoping for a shutdown inning here after the Spartans got him his first lead. And he misses downstairs for ball 1 to even the count. Breaking ball down and away, 2-1. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 4 left for the Wapiti. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 left for the Spartans. On the outside corner to even the count at 2. This is grounded to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Broderick, on to first. Easy play, 2 down. So Fosberg is 0 for 2. 2 up, 2 down for the number 9 hitter Kelly Butts, who will look to put one in play here as he struck out looking his first time up for the second out of the second. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's a big strikeout too, because Wapiti had second and third after the stolen bases with 1 out. And the strikeout and then the ground out by Bright ended that threat for the Wapiti to increase their lead. Butts comes up empty, 0-2. Casivio comes set. Breaking ball popped up into foul territory, camping under it. And coming out of nowhere is Lucido to cut off Croteau and make the catch in foul territory for the out that retires the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning, the first such inning of the ball game for either side. And after 3.5, we're halfway home. It is the Spartans 3 and the Wapiti 2. This is NEPSAC baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Jared Lucido to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th as that's taken for ball 1. And he laces this one to the left side. Nice diving stop by the shortstop, but his off-balance throw will not nearly be in time, and it's an infield single for Lucido. Boy, a diving layout by Nickerson, but could not get nearly enough on it to beat out Lucido. And that'll bring up Jack McLaughlin, the first baseman. That's down and in for ball 1 to McLaughlin, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. This is grounded to the right side, past the diving first baseman Gorham, into right field for a base hit. So first and second, nobody out. And let's see what they'll have Nick Manuel do. Third baseman in against the bunt. And the pitch is in the dirt, and taking off for third is Lucido. That catches the inside corner, strike one. 1-1 the count to Manuel. Fastball on the outside corner, and it's 1-2 to the number 9 hitter. Lucido at third, McLaughlin at first. Soft toss over to first and back safely is McLaughlin. One and two the count, nobody out. And Manuel swings and misses for strike three. And the lineup turns over for Tim Laporcio. He was reached base twice today. Singled in the first, walked, stole second, and scored in the third. That was the game-tying run at that point. Now looking to pad his team's lead, as that's upstairs for ball one. McLaughlin off of first. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Runner goes for second. The pitch is the throw down, and that's a double steal. Coming in to score is Lucido, and on his way to third is McLaughlin. The second baseman and shortstop collided trying to pick up that ball, and they cut off the ball in front of the bag. Nobody had the tag, and Lucido took off for home. So just like that, it is 4-2. Count is 1-1. And now they're going to try and squeeze him home, but it's fouled off on the bunt, and it's 1-2. Sales high, 2-2. So 6 stolen bases in the game for Lawrence Academy. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for strike three, and there are 2 down. 7 strikeouts for Espelin. And his team trails 4-2, and here is James Broderick. Doubled home a run and scored last inning. 1 for 2 on the ball game. And he chops this one foul at the dish for strike one. Four to our score in the bottom of the fourth. Run coming on a double steal here this inning. That is on the outside corner, 0-2. In the dirt, gets away from the catcher Walker, but not far away enough for McLaughlin to try it from third. One and two the count to Broderick. McLaughlin at third. The pitch into right field. Going back is Butts, and it goes all the way to the fence. Easily scoring is McLaughlin, and on his way to second with a stand-up double is James Broderick, his second RBI double of the game, and it is 5-2. So 5 unanswered runs by the Spartans after falling behind 2-0 after half an inning. Here is Max Meyer. Singled home run last time up, has another chance to do it here as he takes strike one on the outside corner. 5-2. 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth for the Spartans. And he turns this one inside out. It's drifting into shallow left, and it will be caught by the shortstop Nickerson for the out that retires the side. 2 more runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. And after 4 complete, it is the Spartans 5 and the Wapiti 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So here we go to the top of the 5th with the top third of the order due up for Winchendon. Jackson Bright, Nate Espelin, and Phil Bernstein. Bright is 1 for 2 with a run scored. And Casivio's first pitch at the top of the 5th hits the bottom edge of the strike zone for strike 1. Outside to even the count at 1. Curveball in the dirt, 2-1. Fouls this one off, and it's 2-2. Curveball just misses outside, and that fills the count at 3-2. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 4 left for the Spartans. 2 runs, 4 hits, as this is laced right into the glove of the third baseman, Cruteau, for out number 1. As I was saying, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 4 left for Winchendon. Here's Nate Espelin, 1 for 2 with an RBI triple, and he takes strike 1 on the fastball. Let me see if I can brighten the picture for you folks on the camera. Breaking ball misses outside. Hope that helps. Breaking ball, that catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Grounded up the middle and through for a base hit. And Espelin, the pitcher, doing his part. He's 2 for 3. So that'll bring up Phil Bernstein, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Now time is called as home plate umpire wants to dust off home plate. First pitch misses well outside for ball 1. Cloudy and windy, that's been the theme of the day all day weather-wise around here. And warm at that. That misses low, ball 2. Three and 0 to Bernstein. A tying run in the on-deck circle. He 3-0. That catches the outside corner. 3-1. 6 in a row retired before the single by Espelin. And for Casivio. And the 3-1, here it is. Well outside for ball 4. Espelin was running with the pitch. First and second. 1 out. Chris Margraf going out to the mound. And he's going to take the ball from Connor Casivio. And we'll have a pitching change come to you from Baker Baseball Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. LA 5, Winchendon 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. NEPSAC Baseball on LSP is brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school, log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. Thank you. So, Jackson Avila Connerny will be the new pitcher, and he takes over for Connor Casivio, who goes 4 to third innings, allowing 3 walks and 5 hits while striking out 2, has allowed 2 runs thus far, responsible for both runners on base, Espelin and Bernstein. He cannot lose the game, but with a cleanup hitter on deck, Jackson will have his work cut out for him to try and get out of this. Cleanup hitter, RJ Saffron due up, and he represents the tying run for Winchendon. Saffron is 1 for 2 with a single. As the wind continues to howl. And that's in there for strike 1. This is fouled into the screen. That makes it 0-2. Infield playing back at double play depth here. Upstairs, 1-2. Down and away, it skips to the backstop, and both runners are going to advance. So much for the double play. Wild pitch uncorked by Avila Connerny. Now that puts 2 runners in scoring position. Just missed outside, full count. Three and 2 the count to Saffron with Mike Gorham on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A huge strikeout there. And now any out will do here for Avila Connerny and the Spartans. And this is popped up into right field, and it will be caught in a 1-pitch out as Gorham flies out to Manuel, and the inning is over just like that. So after 4.5, it is still LA 5, Winchendon 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. So, bottom of the fifth, Max, gonna be Jordan Keonikson to lead things off. And Jordan takes down an in ball one. Jordan's 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a strikeout swinging. That skips to the backstop and it's 2-0. Middle third of the order due up, Keonikson, Croteau, and Burke. And this is grounded over towards the bleachers for strike one. This is laced into center field and down for a base hit. Oh no, excuse me, it's out. Can't see anything with everybody in front of me. It certainly hit hard enough to be a base hit, but I was getting down. I'm okay. That'll bring up Ben Croteau. 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. And he takes that high for ball one. On the outside corner with a fastball for strike one to even the count. Skips away and it's ball two, 2-1. Winchendon got out to the early lead 2-0 with the first two batters of the game reaching and then scoring. Big cut and a miss by Croteau, and it's 0-2. And the Spartans got one back in the bottom of the second and two in each of the third and the fourth. There's a little chopper to second, fielded by the second baseman Bernstein, on to first for out number 2. It's only been one 1-2-3 inning all game. That was the top of the fourth by the LA starter Connor Casivio, who is in line for the win if this score holds. Still 2 more innings, still 6 more outs to get for the Spartans. As that comes over the heart of the plate for strike one to Evan Burke. Burke 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, and he gets this one past the diving third baseman Saffron into left field for a base hit. So a 2-out base runner. That'll bring up Jared Lucido. 1 for 1 with a walk, a single, 2 stolen bases, including one of home. And that's on the outside corner for strike one. In the top of the 6th, the Wapiti will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Max Walker, Nate Nickerson, and Will Fosberg. This is fouled off at the dish to put the count at 0-2. Down and in, skips to the backstop, and up to second on the wild pitch goes Burke. Now runner in scoring position for Lucido. Hopes to make it 6-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that ends the inning. After 5 complete, it is still the Spartans 5 and the Wapiti 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of this or any past LSP video broadcast, or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. To the top of the sixth we go. 6, 7, and 8 due up, as I mentioned, for Winchendon. Max Walker, Nate Nickerson, and Will Fosberg as they try to claw into this deficit, as the first pitch is popped up a mile high, and it will be caught by the first baseman, McLaughlin. A little bit of drama there, but it's out number one on one pitch. So one pitch, one up, one down for Nate Nickerson. That is outside for ball one as it pops out of the mitt of Burke. Nickerson 0 for 1 with a walk at a stolen base. As this is laced up the middle and through for a base hit. That's the first hit allowed by Jackson Avila Connerty. Only the second hit allowed since one out in the third. They'll appeal to the infield umpire. He went around, did Will Fosberg. That's strike one to Fosberg, who is 0 for 2 with a fly out to center and a ground out to second. That's down and away, gets away from Burke, and that'll put a runner in scoring position. That should have been caught. I think that's going to be a pass ball. This is popped up into foul territory now to play to make it 1-2. Skied into foul territory, straddling the line and making the catch is the third baseman Cruteau for out number 2. This wind is making these otherwise routine pop-ups pretty dramatic here in the top of the 6th. But 2 down now with a runner in scoring position for a pinch hitter for Kelly Butts. And this is down the left field line and caught on the run by the left fielder, Laporcio. Wow, he had a mile to go to get that one, but that's why he's got good wheels. That's why he's at the top of the batting order. After 5.5, still LA 5, Winchendon 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast tomorrow afternoon when the Lawrence Academy Spartans host the Governor's Academy in NEPSAC and ISL softball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. So here we go to the bottom of the 6th with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up: Jack McLaughlin, Nick Manuel, and Tim Laporcio. McLaughlin is 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Nate Espelin's still out there, and he misses down and away for ball 1. That's in the dirt as well, and it bounces away from the catcher Walker for ball 2, 2-0. Shoots it way outside, 3-0. Catches the inside corner with a 2-seamer there, and it's 3-1. McLaughlin's still in the driver's seat here. And he chops this one foul, and that fills the count at 3-2. Probably swung at ball 4 there. The payoff pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. A swing and a miss. Looked like a cutter there. And that's out number 1. Strikeouts haven't been the problem for Nate Espelin. 9 strikeouts and 5 1/3 for Espelin. That'll bring up Nick Manuel, who's 0 for 2 with a pop-up to second and a strikeout swinging. Takes downstairs ball 1. Still had only one 1-2-3 inning this game. That was the bottom of the fourth. And that was a key 1-2-3 inning as this little looper is caught by the third baseman Saffron for out number 2. That was a key shutdown inning for Casivio, because out came just after LA had taken its first lead of the ball game at 3-2. He got the shutdown 1-2-3 inning, and then the bottom half of that inning, the Spartans got him 2 more. Swing and a miss and a pitch down and in to Tim Laporcio for strike 1. Laporcio is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Walker and Espelin not on the same page right there. Now here it comes. Misses for ball 1 to even the count. Top third of the order are due up in the top of the 7th. For Winchendon as they hope to try and prolong the game. Bright, Espelin, and Bernstein. That sails way outside, and it's 2-2. This is grounded down the first base line and foul to keep the count at 2-2. James Broderick on deck. If we get that far, the 2-2 is grounded to the left side, fielded by the shortstop Nickerson. On to first, high throw, and it pulled the first baseman off the bag. But Laporcio's got wheels. I think it's going to be an infield single. So the inning continues for James Broderick, who is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. That is on the outside corner for strike 1 to Broderick. Down and away, 1-1. Two RBIs on the day for Broderick to go along with those 2 doubles. Swing and a miss, throw down to second is on line, and they got him. Laporcio caught stealing to end the inning. After 6 complete, closing time for the Spartans. Spartans 5, Wapiti 2. This is NEPSAC Baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Top third of the order due up for the Wapiti. Looks like they've got a new pitcher to face. Is that Silvila Connerty? Nope, my bad. That is hideaway for ball one from Jack McLaughlin, who started the game at first base, of course. This is popped up, fouling out of play to even the count at 1. Jackson Bright leading things off. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored. This is grounded to second, fielded there on to first. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 7th as the Spartans look to make it back-to-back wins and get to 3-1 on the season. This would be the second straight undefeated team they've beaten. If they can hold on here. Here is Nate Espelin. He fouls this one off, and he's behind 0-1. Espelin's done his job at the plate, 2 for 3 with a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. Espelin, a left-handed thrower, but a right-handed batter, as that sails way high for ball one to even the count. One and two. Of course, Madison Bumgarner's a left-handed pitcher who rakes from the right side, but you know, you realize how rare it is for someone to throw left-handed and bat right-handed? To give you an idea of how rare that is, Ricky Henderson is actually the only player, as that misses outside of the curveball, 2-2, is the only player with, I believe it is, the number is 2,000 career plate appearances in Major League history who batted right-handed and threw left-handed. And when you're Ricky Henderson, when you've got, you know, all-time great speed, as that drops in front of the right fielder, Manuel, for a base hit, and Espelin 3 for 4, but when you're Ricky Henderson, you know, the fastest man in the history of the game, wouldn't you want to bat left-handed so you're a couple steps closer to first base out of the batter's box? That's the exact reason Ichiro Suzuki taught himself to bat left-handed, so he could be a couple steps closer to first base, because Ichiro's a natural righty. Phil Bernstein takes strike one. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. That's low, gets away from the catcher, and it goes out of play. So now runner in scoring position. One and one the count to Bernstein. And he grounds this one down the first baseline, but it's foul. And that'll make it 1-2. Espelin on second, 3-run ball game. Blocked by the catcher, Burke. And it's 2-2. Sales way out of the zone, 3-2. With the cleanup hitter, RJ Saffron, on deck. And now McLaughlin will step off. The payoff pitch misses inside, ball 4. Let the curveball go too early. For what it's worth, does set up the inning-ending double play. Infield continue to conference while we wait for Saffron to get in the batter's box, and big sequence here. Kind of got the feeling that maybe McLaughlin could breeze through this top of the 7th after the quick ground out to begin the inning of the leadoff hitter Jackson Bright, but the tying run now at the plate for Winchendon, and that misses outside for ball 1. Saffron 1 for 3 with a single. Winchendon's been outscored 5-0 since taking that 2-0 lead in the first. Check swing, they'll appeal, and he did not go. 2-0. With Esplin at second and Bernstein at first. The pitch popped up. Two and one. McLaughlin comes set, looks at second, the pitch. Breaking ball, upstairs, 3-1. Last thing you want to do here is load the bases. Gotta throw a strike here, right? Down and away, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And now Chris Margraf is coming out to the mound, and that's going to mean a pitching change, as we've already had one mound visit. And that's going to bring Ben Croteau onto the mound over from third base. And it looks like we're also going to have a pinch runner at first for Saffron. So the base is loaded with one out here in the top of the seventh, the tying run at first. So after 4 1/3 innings by Connor Casivio, 1 2/3 by Jackson Villa Connery, now a third of an inning by Jack McLaughlin. Ben Croteau will try to get the last 2 outs. And this is grounded to second, fielded there, to shortstop for 1, on to first. A 1-pitch, 2-out double play, and the ball game is over. Boy, you cannot get any more economical than that for a save. So in a game that took 2 hours and 7 minutes, the winning pitcher is Connor Casivio. The losing pitcher is Nate Espelin. The save goes to Ben Croteau. The final final score: Winchendon defeated by LA 5-2. Our player of the game, James Broderick, with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. In the winning effort for the Spartans, who go to 3-1 and defeat their second consecutive previously unbeaten team. Winchendon falls to 2-1. So with that said, this has been a presentation of local sports production serving Greater Boston student athletes since 2011. Copyright 2019, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of local sports productions is strictly prohibited. NEPSAC Baseball and LSP has been brought to you by Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. Considering an independent high school, log on to lawrenceacademy.info for complete information on their programs, and be sure to tour their beautiful campus with the newly renovated Stone Athletic Center. LSP's next broadcast tomorrow afternoon when the Lawrence Academy Spartans host the Governor's Academy in NEPSAC softball action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy DVD of the game at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Baker Baseball Field at Lawrence Academy in Groton, Mass. It is the LA Spartans 5 and the Winchendon Wapiti 2. My name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.